Dear students, we will see some more problems related to ratio and proportion. One sum is given like this. If 8 chocolates cost rupees 108, how much would it cost for 13 chocolates? 8 chocolates 108 rupees naturally. Now 13 chocolate means whether the total amount will be more or less? Yes. So the number of chocolate increases, that amount also will increase. So it is called direct proportion. Correct. So now we will see, suppose the amount charged for 13 chocolates be rupees X, which we do not know, right? Okay. Now then the ratio of 8 chocolates to 13 chocolates would be same as rupees 108 is to rupees X. Why? Because it is in direct proportion. See, chocolate increases, then that amount also will increase. That means, that is, we can write, if it is 13 chocolate, here it is 108. If it is 13 chocolate, then it is X. That means here 8 chocolate. So 8 upon 13 equal to 108 upon X. So 8 into X equal to 108 into 13. So X equal to 108 into 13 upon 8, which is equal to 175.5. Therefore, cost of 13 chocolates is rupees 175.5. Since, see, these sums we have used proportion. So here we will write like that. If you wanted, you can write like this. Okay. Now we will do one more sum of this type. That is in indirect proportion. Okay. That is in indirect proportion. Now you see, 15 workers can finish the job in 60 days. If the project is to be finished by 36 days, how many workers will be required additionally? Now listen very carefully. 15 workers are there. If the work is given to them, they can complete in 60 days. Right? See, one job is there. 15 workers are given to you. They say that they can complete in 60 days. Okay. Now, you wanted to finish the work in 36 days only. So, naturally, the number of workers to be increased. So, how many? So, here what happened? If the number of workers increases, number of days decreases. If the number of workers decreases, number of days increases. It is an indirect variation. Here, let the number of workers required be X. Okay. Now here there is an indirect variation. Indirect proportion, or there is an proportion. Okay. Now 8 workers are there, they can complete, 15 workers are there, they can complete the work in 60 days. Now, how many workers are required to complete it in 36 days? It is in indirect proportion or indirect variation. Therefore, 15 upon x equal to, here you have to write ulta, 36 upon 60. So, 15 into 60 equal to 36 into x. So, x equal to 15 into 60 upon 36. So, 25 equal to x. So, initially how many workers were there? Initially there were 15 workers. Now, total workers required is 25. Therefore, additional workers required equal to 25 minus 15 equal to 10. See here, already they have engaged 15 worker. Total worker how many is required? 25. That means additional 10 more worker is required. Now again, by using this ratio, one more problems we will do it. See, A, B, C are partners. Okay. Now, the ratio of their investment is 10,000, 20,000 and 30,000. And B got the profit. See, B's share in the profit is 3,000. Okay. Now, what is the share of A and C? Then find the share of A and C. Also find the total profit. Now look at this. The partner A bought 10,000 rupees to the business. Partner B bought 20,000 to the business. Partner C bought 30,000 to the business. Okay. So now the profit also should be distributed. See, suppose A has got 10,000. So he should get less profit. Since B has brought 20,000 to the business, he should get little more profit, and since he has got 30,000, he should get more profit than A and B. Okay, now how to do that? See, solution. The profit will be distributed in proportion to the capital. Now listen very carefully. The profit will also be distributed in proportion to the amount they bought for the business. Okay. Since A bought, okay, now we will find out the ratio. That is, in the ratio 10,000 is to 20,000 is to 30,000 divided by 10,000. So what is the ratio? 1 is to 2 is to 3. That is in the ratio. That means if A is getting 1 rupee, B should get 2 rupees, C should get 3 rupees. Okay. Now total, therefore total equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 equal to 6. Now listen very carefully. See, if you are dividing the profit into 6 segments, 6 parts, A should get 1, B should get 2, C should get 3. This is the proportion, okay, or the ratio. Now, what is B share? B share in the profit equal to, how much he should get? B 2. 2 upon out of 6 into total profit. Listen very carefully. Out of the total profit, you should get 2 part out of 6 part. So B share is how much? But 3000. So 3000 equal to 2 upon 6 into total profit. So 3000 into 6 upon 2 equal to total profit. So how much? 9000 is the profit. Okay, listen very carefully now. See, if the profit is divided into 6 equal parts, A should get 1 part, B should get 2 part, C should get 3 part. Okay. Now that B has got 2 parts, what is that 2 part? 3000. See, 2 parts out of 6 part equal to 3000. 2 upon 6 of total profit. Now, we will find out the share of A and C. Then you will understand. Now, A share in the profit. A, how much he should get? How many portion or parts? 1 out of 6 into total profit. So 1 upon 6. Now we got total profit, right? 9000. So 2, 3 2s are, sorry, 2 3s are, 3 3s are. So 1500 is A's profit. Now C share in the profit. What you should get? See, how many parts? 3 parts out of 6 of total profit. So 3 upon 6 into 9000. See now, 3000, see 1500, 3000 and 4500. This is a way to find out. Now, see, followed or not? So, what they bought to the business, we have converted into ratio. So, ratio is 1:2:3. Total ratio is 6. So, A share is 1 upon 6 into profit. B share is 2 upon 6 into profit. C share is 3 upon 6 into profit. Now, one more. A, B, and C started business with total capital of rupees 3 lakhs. All at the end of the year, profit received by A and A, B and C were rupees 10,000, rupees 25,000 and rupees 15,000. Find the capital invested by A, B and C. Now listen very carefully. See, the difference between the earlier sum and this sum is, there we have given the capital invested by the investors or the partners ABC. Here not to that, here we are given the profit received by them ABC and the total amount invested. From there, now you have to find out the capital invested by A, B and C. This is also simple. Okay, now how to do it? Profit. Now you tell me how they distribute the profit. They distributed the profit according to the capital invested by A, B, C. Suppose A is invested less, B little more, C still more. So you will get less. See here, A got 10,000. So and C got 15,000 and B got 25,000. So who got less profit? A. So naturally A might have invested less, C might have invested little more and B has invested more than both A and C. Okay, how to find out? So profit is distributed in proportion to their the capital invested by them. Followed. See, profit also based on the investment they made. Okay. Now, same thing. Total profit equal to 10,000 plus 25,000 plus 15,000 equal to 50,000. Okay. Now, A share in the capital equal to profit upon total profit into total capital. See, A share how much will be there in capital? The profit you are knowing, total profit also you are knowing, and then capital also. This is the formula. So equal to profit is 10,000 upon total profit is 50,000, equation 1, into total capital 3 lakhs. So it is 60,000. Similarly, B share in the capital equal to profit upon total profit into total capital equal to 25,000 upon 50,000 into 3 lakhs. So 1,50,000. 1,50,000. Similarly, C share in the capital equal to P upon TP into total capital equal to, what is the profit by C? 15,000 upon 50,000 into 3 lakhs. If you do it, you will get 90,000. So this is how you can do. You can find out the capital invested by them if you are given or if you are knowing the profit. Okay. Now next one. Similar type, one more problems will do. A, B, C are partners. A, B, C are partners in a business with capital of rupees 50,000. Sorry, there are two only, A and B, and 20,000 respectively. They admit partner C in the business and give 1/8 share in the total profit. How much capital C must invest? How much capital C must invest? Also find the proportion in which A, B, C will share the profit. Now listen very carefully. See, there are two partners started the business, A and B. Okay, they have bought the capital 50,000 and 20,000. So first of all, we will start like this. Before admitting C. See, initially there were two partners only, A and B. Okay, later on C came into picture. So we'll forget C now. Before admitting C, what were the scenario? So before admitting C, what was the total capital? Equal to 50,000 plus 20,000 equal to 70,000. Okay. Now after admitting C, now see what is the profit share for C. See, C share in the profit equal to 1/8 of total profit. What is given? C's profit is 1/8 of the total profit. 1/8 of the total profit. Okay. Now A and B's capital equal to, now look at this, sorry, this is total capital. Okay. Now look at this, A, B's capital equal to, see there are, they have divided into 8 equal parts. One part is given to, out of 8, one part is given to the C partner. So what is the balance for A and B together? 7 parts. 7 upon 8 into total capital. So what is the total capital? 70,000. Total capital equal to, so we will write like that. So what is A and B's capital? 70,000 equal to 7 upon 8 into total capital. So 70,000 into 8 upon 7 equal to total capital. Now listen how I got it. See, A bought 50,000, B bought 20,000, that is the total capital, that is 70,000. A and B's capital together 70,000, but that capital is 7 upon 8 of the total capital, right? So Now 7 upon 8 into total capital you got. Now therefore now what you got? Total capital you got. Now C's capital. C's capital, how much he bought? 1 by 8 into total capital. C's capital equal to, because he will get 1/8 only, 1/8 into total capital 80,000. So how much he bought to the business? 10,000. Now also find the proportion of A, B, C will share the profit. In which ratio they will share? See, A, B, C. What is the ratio they bought the what do you call the capital? 50,000 is to 20,000 is to 10,000. So you can divide by 10,000. So what will be the ratio? So the ratio, they will share the ratio, profit in the ratio of 5:2:1. Followed?